In this video, I will be doing a breakdown of the trade I took, and on this trade I made $1,500. That was a return of 60%. That means I made $1,500 by only investing $2,500 on this trade. And that is the exact reason why I'm making this video, because there's a misconception in the trading world that you need a big account to make huge amount of money from trading, which is not true. If you can't grow a small account, you won't be able to grow a big account as well. So it's all about consistency, holding your winners and cutting your losers short, because especially with options, if you hold on to your winner on a good trade, you can easily sometimes make 50, 100 or even 200% of your investment. In this video, we will start with why I was watching this stock, why this stock was a part of my game plan. Then we will look into the technicals of the stocks, the critical levels I was watching for a breakout or a breakdown. Then we will jump on to my entries, my exits, my thought process, which scored me 60% winner in 6 to 7 minutes, which is amazing. The trade we are talking about here was on Amazon. So let's take a look at the daily chart of Amazon, because Amazon reported earnings on Thursday last week. That was after hours. So we could see the reaction of that news on Friday and Thursday after hours. If I go to the hourly chart and if I add the extended hours right here, you will be able to see that after earnings, we had a huge gap up on this stock. So we moved from around 2750 to a high of around 3300. That is approximately a move that is worth around $500 to $600, which is insane. When I see such a huge move on the stock in after hours and in the pre-market hours, I just know that I can't trade the breakout or breakdown right at the market open. I need to wait for the price action to confirm a direction first, because after this huge gap up or gap down, you might get choppy price action for the first few minutes or maybe for the first 15-30 minutes of market open. So I wasn't even watching Amazon for a breakout of the pre-market high or pre-market low. I wanted Amazon to consolidate for the first half an hour, maybe make a triangle or maybe make a flag pattern or something, and then break out either towards the upside or towards the downside. Let's now take a look at the daily chart of Amazon, because now I know that in the pre-market and in the after hour session, Amazon is holding between $3,000 and $3,300 level. So I have to look at my levels in between this zone, that is the $300 zone, from 3,000 to 3,300. If you go back on the daily chart, a clear level that I can see is around this $3,000 level, which is a very good psychological level as well. Right here, we have a couple of bounces from this level. On this day right here, on these days, we had a lot of consolidation and breakout around $3,000 level. The next level on top of us we have is around this level, which I can see right here clearly, around $30.70 to $30.80 level, which is the low of the day right here, and then low of the day right here, bounce right here, bounce right here, bounce again. So 30.80 is a very good psychological level and a very good critical level, a technical level on the daily chart of Amazon. So after 30.80, we obviously have the $3,100 level, which was the high of the day 2 days ago. That was the high of 2nd of February, and my trade was on 4th of February 2022. So after $3,100 level, we have a clear level which is around $3,180 level right here, because we have a few bounces from $3,180 level, and I have traded Amazon a few times over the past few years, so I know that these levels like $3,150, $3,130, $3,180, these act as very good psychological levels on Amazon. So I have to keep these levels in mind for taking my profits and for maybe entering a position on Amazon. So now that we have our levels, let's go to the 1 minute chart of Amazon and look at the price action on a bit closer basis, on a bit shorter time frame. So we can see that my plan was not even to touch Amazon for the first few minutes, for the first 15-20 minutes of market open, because especially the IV of Amazon was around 150% for the same week expiry contracts. So that means the premiums are very, very expensive, and they are going to lose a lot of their value within the first 15-30 minutes of market open. But after around half an hour of market open, I saw that Amazon is kind of making this triangle right here. So if I draw a triangle on the 1 minute chart, and it's been holding this trend line on the lower side. So it's been making higher lows right here. This low is higher than this low, and it's been making lower highs. So that means this high is lower than this high. In short, it's making a triangle on the 1 minute chart. Even if you forget about this triangle and look at the price action on the 1 minute chart, Amazon had a sell-off within the first 3 to 5 minutes of market open, which is healthy and which is kind of good, because Amazon was gapping up a lot. So I want some kind of profit taking or a push towards the downside for it to make a flag pattern, a triangle pattern, to hold the level so that I can potentially look for my entry on this trade. After this push down on the 1 minute chart, Amazon made a low of the day around this level. I will mark this level for you, around $13 level. Then it made a double bottom. So what I mean by double bottom is it tried to push towards the upside, it failed that level, got rejected again, but then buyers stepped up at low of the day and we saw a good push towards the upside. It broke the VWAP, held the VWAP, again a next push towards the upside, which was pretty good price action. I had a feeling that Amazon might break out towards the upside, especially if it's supported by market, by SPX and the NQ. I even posted about this play in our Discord group. When Amazon was making a triangle, I posted that Amazon is making a triangle on the 1 minute chart. We have a critical level, that is the 2 days ago high around $3,100 level on top of us, and the high of the day is around 3120. The pre-market high is around 3140. So these are the levels I was watching on Amazon. Then once it broke out of the triangle, we got a confirmation the volume also increased. And I got an Amazon, I posted about that, I got an Amazon around 3080 on the pullback. So once it broke out, it pulled back to $30-80 level where I got in for a breakout towards the upside. Let's jump back to the 1 minute chart of Amazon and look at my entries and exits. So on the 1 minute chart, we broke out of this triangle, the volume also increased. So I was like, the volume increased on this triangle breakout, I just want to wait for a good entry now. On the pullback to 3080, I was not looking at a lot of selling pressure. Buyers were trying to hold this $30-80 level and not a lot of transactions were going under $30-80 level. So I entered my calls position right around $30-80 level for a push towards the upside. So my risk was the hold and the break of 3078 or maybe 3075 towards the downside, because my entry is around 3080. Before I post a screenshot of my fills right at the top, make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and hit the bell notification because it helps out the channel a lot to reach new traders out there. And also I'm releasing 2 to 3 new videos on day trading every single week. I will post a screenshot of my fills right at the top, so you guys will be able to see that my entry was at 10:03 AM right here. I entered 3150 calls, same day expiry contracts, and my fill price was 12.55. I only took 2 contracts on this trade because prior to this trade, I was already up $1,000 for the day. So I knew that if I take 5 contracts, I might go red for the day. I was not willing to go red for the day. So according to my risk, I was willing to risk around $400 to $500 of my profits from that day. That's why I only took 2 contracts, because worst case scenario, even if I exit at 3075 or 3078, I might lose $300 to $500 on this trade on 2 contracts. When I entered at 3080, my first profit target was the break of 3100 towards the upside, because that is a good psychological level first of all, and secondly that was 2 days ago high as well, around the 2 days ago high. But at the break of 3100, I did not see any clean selling pressure. There was no selling. A lot of people were buying the dips and the bids were holding above 3100. I held on to my whole position, but at the break of 3110 towards the upside, when I caught $30 move on the underlying asset by only risking $2 to $5 on the underlying asset, I covered one of my contract at a fill price of 17.00 at 10:05 AM. So that was around this candle, the high of this candle, when Amazon broke out of $3110 level. After taking my first contract out right here, I was clearly in the money. I had no reason to exit, and you guys know me, if I take partial on a position, I will put my trailing stop loss at break even or above break even. So I won't let this trade go against me or go red on me. I was already up on this trade. But after my exit, we saw one red candle on low volume. That is very important to see, because on this candle right here, this red candle, the volume is low. So ideally on a bull flag, you want low volume on the flag pattern. So I had no reason to exit. On the next push up, when Amazon broke the high of the day right here, I knew that Amazon is very extended on the 1 minute chart. It has moved $40 in the past 5-6 minutes. I have got a really good move in my favor. I covered my last contract right at the top around the break of high of the day at a fill price of 22.50. That means on this one contract, by only holding this trade for like 5-6 minutes, on that one contract I made $1,000. Overall on this trade, in total, I made $1,500 and my investment was only $2,500. That means I made around 60% of my investment in 6 to 7 minutes, which is amazing and a really good end to the week. So let's jump back to our Discord group, because I posted my PNL right here. So I made around $1,400 on my Amazon trade, and you guys can see that before this trade, I was already up around $1,000 by trading Tesla, both towards the downside and towards the upside. But I only made around 10-15% on those 2 trades. But on that Amazon trade, When I held on to my winner, the trade idea worked out in my favor. I made 60%. And that is the reason I was saying that you don't need a big account to make huge amount of money, because on this day, that was a Friday, none of my positions were more than $10,000. So in theory, I could have made the same amount of money with a $10,000 cash account and increasing that account by 25% in one single day, which is amazing, and the beauty of stock market and the beauty of options trading. But you guys know that trading is not always about bells and whistles, but your risk to reward should make sense. For example, if your risk tolerance is only $250, because on that Amazon trade, I personally risked around $500 on 2 contracts. You could have made $750 because I made $1,500. You could have made $750 by taking 1 contract and by only risking $250. So stick to your risk management, stick to your risk tolerance, but your risk to reward should make sense. If you're risking $100, $200, your potential profit target should be more than $400 for it to be at least 1 to 2 risk to reward. That's it guys, but before you go, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification, because I'm releasing 2 to 3 new videos on day trading every single week. If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure that you follow me there, because you're missing out on a lot. I post a lot of behind the scenes of a day trader, my green days, my red days, and all the good stuff on Instagram. The link will be in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.